Dr Hilary is with me now. He's really honest, wasn't he, about his drinking?
Yeah, and very contrite.
Yeah.
He's saying that this was the cause of the breakup. And as it so often is, I mean, alcohol can break up relationships because people behave irrationally, irresponsibly, thoughtlessly, and it can lead to violence. I'm not saying it did in that case, but the fact that he's spoken so openly about it will make other people think, what's wrong with my relationship? Is alcohol anything to do with it? Because it clearly is a motivator for people to split up. Because
good for him to be open like that.
He's opened the conversation.
Exactly, and it's really interesting because there was a piece today in the Mail, wasn't there, about over 65s.
Yeah.
People over 65
There's a surprise.
are drinking more
than the Facebook
than
generation.
Young people. It's incredible.
They're the only generation, the only generation that are drinking more in the last decade. Everybody else is drinking a bit less, and this may surprise people. I suppose they've got more disposable income, they've got more free time. They're retired, they go out, they see their friends, and they're filling the day. But you know, they just need to be careful because we're seeing a rise in alcohol-related illness generally in hospital admissions. And
surely as you get older you need to drink less to keep yourself healthy.
Absolutely, yeah. It's tempting to reach for the sherry or whatever.
Indeed.
Oh
yes, I hear you.
Just moderate.
For sure. Now, what about this documentary tonight that's all about stress?
Yeah,
really
our very own Fiona Phillips.
I know,
is
Fiona's
presenting
doing it. Yep.
People feel out of control of their daily lives. They can't control their job, they can't control their finances, sometimes their relationships, and it's these little things that add up and make people feel anxious or depressed.
And just overwhelmed.
It'll be really interesting.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
I think we've all felt like that. I mean, I feel like that sometimes. We all get anxious, don't we? We really do. But it's when it sort of then tips over into serious illness and you've got to ask for help.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that Fiona's doing on the programme is exploring when stress can be good, when it can be excessive, and how to cope and how to make it a constructive thing, which is really important as a message.
Excellent. Now, look, it's Hair Loss Awareness Week.
It is. It is. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not looking at you. Anything, you've got a fine head of hair.
Well,
it's something that really upsets people.
Of course it does. Especially, I mean, it's bad enough for men, 50% of whom lose 50% of their hair by the age of 50.
Right.
But for women, it's part of their femininity, it's part of who they are, their identity, their sexuality. And it's much more than cosmetic. So when hair loss starts to happen, it's devastating and it can affect their self-confidence and cause depression. So it's something that we need to be aware of, and there are solutions for many people.
No, there are. Well, we've got some questions for you from our viewers. First up is Samantha from Norwich. Samantha has battled alopecia since she was just 13. Her condition was triggered by the loss of a grandparent and, well, after years of having thinning hair, she decided to shave it off completely. Now, Samantha is 4 months pregnant. Congratulations to you, Samantha.
Yes,
that is great news.
Thank you.
Fantastic. You look really well.
You do, but how can we help you?
Thanks. OK, so obviously there's been some studies about pregnancy and hair loss. However, I just wondered if you knew if the pregnancy would have a positive or a negative impact on my alopecia or not.
You say you lost your hair at the age of 13, so you've got alopecia areata?
Yes.
Right, OK, so that is a different condition where your antibodies attack your hair follicles and damage or destroy them permanently. So in your case, I don't think the pregnancy is going to have any positive or negative effect. It's going to be neutral. I don't think you're going to see a lot of difference. The important thing for you is just enjoying your pregnancy, having a lovely, healthy baby, and then looking as good as you do now. You're one of those lucky people that even without hair look fantastic because you've got a lovely shape to your head.
Now, next up is Caroline in Kent, and Caroline lost all of her hair during pregnancy, including her eyelashes and her eyebrows, just what we were talking about.
Yes.
Now her baby is 8 months old, hair hasn't grown back, and Caroline, you're a bit worried about that.
Hi, Caroline.
Good morning.
Nice wig, by the way.
Thank you.
It's nice.
It's cracking,
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. When I was pregnant, I was low in folic acid.
Yeah.
Internet says that makes a difference. Doctors say it doesn't. Does it? And do actually lotions and potions work, or are they a waste of time and money?
Right. So how many months between the baby and now?
8 months.
8 months, OK. So I was describing just now the common loss of hair generally after childbirth, but normally that hair would start to have grown back long before now. So if you've lost your hair on the scalp and eyebrows and eyelashes, it's likely to be due to this antibody condition called alopecia areata. And I hope I'm not the one to give you the bad news, but it's less likely that your hair will grow back after this length of time. However, you can ask your GP or a dermatologist about steroid injections or steroid creams, which can have a positive effect. But as long as you're getting a good, healthy diet, it's nothing to do with your diet. Talk to your doctors about steroids, which can be helpful, but otherwise it may be that you just have to resign yourself to having a lovely new wig every week, so look like a different woman every week and look beautiful at the same time.
You do. That's fantastic. Thank you so much
helpful.
for your call. The wigs now are incredible.
So
I know
good.
they're
They've
not ideal, and I know
bounds.
it's not wonderful, but it's a lot better than it was.
Absolutely, and you know, people do get very down with hair loss, and sometimes counselling is quite useful for perking yourself up again.
Thank you, Hilary. Thank you so much.